Johanna. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a junk journal with me today, so I'm going to be using some pages in my journal and I'm going to be talking you through my thought process. So this journal, I've had a couple of questions about it already. This is a journal that my friend Marge made for me and I'm super excited to be using it finally now that I've finished my last journal. So I don't have a flip through of this journal because I didn't make it myself, but you will see it in all of my junk journal with me episodes for the time being. So today I'm just putting some things into my journal as I usually do. I just choose a page anywhere in my journal that I feel like using. I don't really work front to back or anything like that. I just choose a page that I like the look of or that I feel like working on depending on what I'm putting into my journal. So I have some photos of my kids and I decided to try something fun and incorporate some acetate. So I wanted to make an acetate page, and so I've just got a sheet of acetate that I've cut in half, and my idea is to make a pocket with it so that you can see the photos through it. So I'm going to use my sewing machine to make the pocket, but I'm just sticking those two photos that I have back to back first, because these are going to slip into the acetate sheet and then you'll see each side of the photos, if that makes sense. I've got a little scrap of wallpaper that I use to decorate the top and bottom of the shorter photo, just so that you can see the Canon print on the back of the other photo. And then I'm just playing around with where I want to put that picture. So I'm just working out where I'm going to actually stitch the pocket. So I don't take you guys over to my sewing machine when I do this, but all I do is I just washi taped. I just put a really small amount of washi tape on the photo onto an acetate sheet so that I knew where to sew around. I only put the smallest amount so that when I pulled the photo it would come back off once it was stitched, and I also just stitched around the acetate, and then that just makes a nice little slip pocket for the photo. And I also left it open at the top so I could slip something else in there if I decided to. So I just thought this would be kind of fun because it just makes a transparent page in the journal and it just looks kind of neat when it's finished. And I'm using some really wide washi tape to attach this in as an extra page in my journal. So this washi tape is from Washi Wednesday, which you may have seen in one of my recent videos. I did an unboxing and I also did a how to use washi tape in your journals type of video featuring that tape as well. The reason I'm using that tape is because it's so wide and because it's so sticky. I know that that page isn't going to come out. So I stuck that page in and it's nice and secure, and then I'm just going to fiddle around with that acetate. So as I said, there's a little slip pocket up the top there, and so I'm just kind of playing around with what else I could slip into it. I've got this little envelope full of journal cards and like vintage pieces that I like to put into my journals. So I'm just flicking through what I have and seeing if anything fits that space. I have a little handmade tag thing with an illustration on it, also from a friend. I wanted to put that in there as well. It fitted really well. I just had to trim it down ever so slightly so that it would fit into that little space up the top of the acetate. And then I also pulled out a journal card that just had a quote on it, and so I put that on the other side of the acetate. So they fit really snugly in there and they're not gonna fall out or anything. It looks cute and you can still see through the acetate onto each page, onto the opposite pages. So there's like a little clear gap where you can peek through. And I just think that looks kind of cool. Just something fun and different to try. If you don't have a sewing machine or you don't like sewing, you could probably do a similar thing using a stapler just to staple in a pocket, or staple two pieces of acetate together to make a pocket. Next, I have this little bit of packaging from some chopsticks from buying sushi, and so I stuck that right in, and I've also got another little like a fast food ticket. I've been eating lots of junk lately, whoopsies, but so yeah, I just keep lots of little bits and pieces from things that I eat. So stuck those in on the opposite page, and then I'm just having a look through this little dish that has little bits of ephemera from a couple of different Maggie Holmes collections, and I end up pulling out a label and also a couple of different little pretend tickets, which I just collage all together at the bottom of the page just to decorate it a little bit more. And I'm just using my glue stick to stick everything in because it's super fast and it just works the best because it doesn't make my paper wrinkle up, and I don't have to fiddle around with double-sided tape, which ends up not being sticky after some time. So glue stick definitely is my choice of adhesive for most things. Next, I just got a bit of scrap paper and I'm just going to trim a really awkward sized journal card, I guess you would call it. And it's a very thin strip to fit into that chopstick packet. So I wanted to use that pocket, so I just trimmed out this little scrap, and I'm going to use a hole punch and punch out a couple of little holes off the edge of this piece just to make it look kind of like a ticket, I guess. So just a couple of little holes to make it more decorative, and then I end up using this piece to journal about, just write down the times that I have to pick up my brother this week because I have to give him some lifts this week. So I just used it to write down the times so I don't forget, and that was pretty much all I could write on there if I wanted to journal on there because it was such a small, awkward piece of paper. So after that, I'm just going through my little tin of bits and pieces here as well, and I'm just pulling out anything I think I might like to use to decorate the page. So I pulled out a couple of tags, and I've also got these pretty little gold embellishments that were gifted to me, and they are just so pretty, so I wanted to include a couple of them on the page. Just staple these on because they're kind of weird shapes, I didn't want to fiddle around with gluing them, and I like the look of a staple as well on my pages, and I like the texture. So I staple them onto the page and one underneath the photo just to decorate it up a little bit more and save the rest for another time. And then I also have these little tags here from some cushions that I got from my boys' bedrooms, and so I wanted to use the little thread that was off the tag, and I just attached it to the top of the tag that I picked out. I wanted to use that tag because the colors really worked with this page layout for some reason. Everything just kind of was within this color scheme. So I attached that little tie onto the top of that tag and then just stuck it down onto the page. And now I'm just going to go ahead and do some journaling. So I used the label to write the date, and then I go ahead and I journal a bunch of stuff on both of the pages on opposite sides of the acetate, but it's all the same journaling, like it all goes together. So I like how the journaling peeks through the acetate. Now I'm going through my little folder full of stickers and just picking out any stickers that worked. So anything that kind of fit the blank spaces and just helped to decorate it a little bit more. So stuck a couple of stickers on. I have my stickers cut down from 12 by 12 sheets, and I just keep them in this folder so that I can remember to use them, because whenever they're on a big 12 by 12 sheet I always forget that I have those stickers, so I always just trim them out and then keep them in this folder so that I can remember to use them. Then I have this other little bit of ephemera. This was actually from a Happy Meal box from ages and ages ago. I've had these little Peter Rabbit characters laying around my craft room, so I decided to stick one of them onto that tag. And then I'm adding a border sticker down the edge and along the bottom of that green page. So going ahead and adding the journaling onto that weird strip that I made, and I'm also just doing a little messy border around the whole thing and around the little circles that I punched out. So writing down the times that I said that I had to pick my brother up this week, and I think that was fun to do that, even though it was such an awkward little journaling card. It it was something different. And then I think that is the entire spread. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while since I've done a junk journal with me video, and yesterday I was dying to get into my journal, so I just sat down and journaled all the little loose bits and pieces that I had laying around on my table. And yeah, I really hope to do some more junk journal with me videos again, so hopefully in the coming weeks I will be able to do a junk journal with me every week. I don't want to commit myself too much, but I'm going to really try to film at least one junk journal with me each week. So if you enjoy these type of videos, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to keep them coming. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I hope you're doing really well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.